to 𝗥𝗵𝗲 and Ria show. How is everyone? How are you all doing? Hope your day is going amazing. And thank you. Thank you for being here with us each week in and week out to listen, learn, and grow, because Ria and we truly want to help you and we want to impart knowledge onto you. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and we truly appreciate you, because you know what? You could be anywhere, you could be, doing anything, but you are wanting to up level your life. So thank you for tuning in. We truly appreciate you. So ciao guys, my name is 𝗥𝗵𝗲.
My name is Ria.
Definition of success. Well, the definition of success is that progressive realization. Okay, it's a progressive realization as to the goals that we desire. It's a progressive realization of where we are wanting to go and be in our lives. Okay, it's the progressive realization of our worthy ideal. So when you are progressing towards your goals, okay, and this comes down to your mindset, because mindset is everything. And when we talked about, so you got your results, okay, which is at the topmost. You got your thoughts. What do we think about on a constant daily basis? Is it negative that we're talking about, was it thinking about, or is it on a positive that truly uplifts us each and every day? So you got results, which is at the top. You got your thoughts, and then you have your feelings, which is internalized by your, this is from your subconscious mind. And then you have, excuse me. And then you have your actions. So if you are not in alignment to where you are right now, then you really have to think, every single day. Number one, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, and this is actually a really great exercise that I'm going to get you to do, because I have done this. On a scale of 1 to 10, as a barometer, check where are you. If you are on a scale of, say, 4, then there is a lot of improvement that you need to do. So, when it comes to your mind and your mindset, because we've all been programmed, and this word comes up all the time, which is your paradigms. Your paradigms are nothing but your habitual behaviors, and we've all been programmed by our thoughts. And because we've been programmed by our thoughts, this is what dictates us every single day. And because we are now subjective to the paradigms, we are, in essence, we are like, chained to the paradigm. But then you might say, 𝗥𝗵𝗲, okay, this is interesting. My thoughts, my behaviors, I've been programmed for the last, 10, 15 years. This is great. But how do I learn to unlock? Okay, so this is actually the biggest secret. How do you unlock your paradigms? And this is actually how you can start to unlock, and when it comes to the trusting in the power of pursuit towards your goals, towards the direction, towards to what you are wanting in out of life, whether in in your life or in your workplace. What are you wanting? And how you can start to unlock and unravel the old programming is simply by shifting your mindset. And it's as simple as that. When you can begin to shift, and okay, let me give an example. So to put it into context as to what I'm talking about, I know this is kind of deep, and I know it may sound boring, but when it comes to mindset, it should not be boring, because you need to learn, okay, how we are doing or what we are doing now. Number one, is it serving you? Even at your workplace, does it serve you? So what do I mean by this? So if you are at work, and let's take for the example, your boss. Now, your boss is going to give each and every one a task. Now, that task could be simple, it could be complicated, but it's in your perception of how you see it. So if you see that task, okay, and if you see that task, oh my God, this is so complicated, how am I going to do this? And you will sweat over it, you will try to get out of doing that particular task. So this is actually your own paradigm. You are now quitting. So how are you trusting in your pursuit to success? So it comes down to two things. It comes down to trust, and it comes down to belief. Right? Very simple. It comes down to trust and belief. Are you trusting in the process? Remember what I said? Your the definition of success is the progressive. Are you progressing? Are you progressing every single day? Or do you try to quit? Or do you try to second guess? Or do you just give up? Because giving up and quitting are the same thing. But now, when you are giving up, what are you actually saying to yourself? Or what do we say to ourselves when we give up on something? Whether it's the money that we are wanting, whether it's starting that new business. I mean, starting a new business, let's take that for example, starting any business. Okay, so if you are at work and you want a side hustle, a side business, starting any business is going to require a lot of effort. We all know that. It's going to require a lot of effort, but are you willing to do that? Are you willing to put that work in? Because if you're not, then you are not progressive, my friends. You are not progressing to that goal that you are wanting. Because you've just given up. You've said, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It's so hard. Well, life is hard. Life is not easy. But if you want to really make that shift, so your subconscious is that part of your mind which is responsible for your feeling, and you are one with how you're feeling. You are one with, because your conscious mind comes from your thoughts. This is where your conscious mind. Okay, and your subconscious is responsible for your feeling. It's your emotional part. Your subconscious is your emotional. And this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be all the time, and how you can truly start to unlock your paradigms. Because as I said last time, you want to be in control of your paradigms. You never want your paradigms to be in control of you, because that is death. That if your paradigms are now controlling you, they're controlling your every movement, they're controlling your every thought, you are now a prisoner, quote unquote. You are now a prisoner to your thoughts. And now this is how people get handicapped, because people now rely on the external, meaning your paradigms, meaning your other forms, because you are not in control of your mind. Because if you were in control of your mind, then you will be able to track as to where you are right now. You are strong. You are stronger than your mind. So I'm just going to leave it right there, because I know this is deep. This really is. But this is what I truly want to talk about, because this is how I made the shift to where I was, 10 years ago, where I was in my life, to, my old programming, my old rewiring. I had to now rewire and reprogram. And we all have to do that. And sometimes I know it's not. So now I want the exercise I want you to do. And it's actually really fun. And I was doing this, and it really sort of hit a lot of, things about that I didn't know. But so what I want you to do, I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to, so just as a barometer, as a scale, I want you on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? And do this constantly on a daily. Where are you in your mind? Number one, always realize this and always see this. Where are you in your mind? And when you can start to track where are you in your mind. So, okay, so let me share another thing, another revelation. So what I want you to do to track in your mind is, say, for example, someone just comes to the door, someone just comes to your office. You were in a lower vibration to start with, because that you have a lot of tasks you need to do, and someone just comes into your office and they throw all garbage all over you, because they maybe didn't wake up on the right side of bed. Maybe they didn't have a good morning. Maybe they didn't have. So there are many scenarios, and we can't always blame other people, but we need to look at ourselves. It's not always the other person that brings their baggage, but you, I, Ria, every one of us has to learn to deal with that person. And it's all about dealing. They may, throw anything, any garbage, anytime, anywhere. But can you deal with that? And when you can learn to deal with it and not blame or not curse back at someone or not blaming the other person, how dare you do this and that? No, you don't want to do that, because that is not trusting you, first of all, and that is not being in the higher vibration. So I hope that helps, and I want you to challenge yourself every day to do this, and it truly will make a huge difference.
For that, now I do have the question on the scale.
You would like to add?
Yes, I would like to have. I'd like to have a question on the scale. Now, you mentioned about where are we in our mind, and doing this early in the morning as an exercise it's good to track. Now, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, or is it 10? How do we scale if I need to scale it?
Absolutely. So 1 is the lowest and 10 is the highest. So you want to go from left to right.
So what you're saying is 1 is the lowest vibration, where you're not feeling good with your mind, or you're not in the presence, and 10 being the highest, where you think you're able to accomplish and control your mind.
Start from the left to right. So 1 being on the low vibration, on the low frequency, you on that low edge. And number 10 is to be on the higher frequency, to progressively, daily, consistently towards the direction of your goals. So number 10, you always want to be, and you want to strive to be constantly on a higher vibration, which I gave you the example. If someone comes through your door, maybe, you know, they were at a low vibration and you already started in a low vibration, you are number 1, and someone comes to you, even at work. It doesn't have to be at work, but that's just a classic example because that's where most of us are. So if someone comes and they throw their garbage, their shit on you, how do you deal with it? That's the question I'm trying to get at. So how do you deal? Do you succumb to their vibration and you start cursing, you start blaming, and you do, which is not on the higher frequency, right? So this is what I'm trying to get you to do, how we can unlock and change our paradigms, change and shifting to our behaviors, our thoughts and actions.
Well, thank you for that.
Yes. So this is actually a really great exercise. You know, I really enjoyed doing this, and, you know, and that's how I've shifted. And the only way we can learn to shift and rewire and reprogram is by paying attention as to where are we, not anyone else, because it's not about anyone else. It's not about the external. It's about you and how do you want to change. So guys, we have come to the end of another amazing show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your valuable time week in and week out. We truly appreciate you. Make the rest of the day the best of your day. And, you know, as I always say, knowledge is power, but is without the implementation, this is where change occurs. So thank you guys. And